Good evening. Welcome to the January 18th meeting of City Council. And please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Here.
Fluharty,
Here.
Asbury,
Here.
Saunders,
Here.
Cochee.
Here. Can I have a motion to excuse council members Spinks and Mezak by Saunders, second by Asbury? Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Council, you have the minutes of the work session of December 20th, 21. Any corrections to that? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance by Janutus, second by Fluharty? Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
It's okay. Abstain. You have the minutes of the regular meeting of December 20th, 2021. Motion for, any changes, corrections? Motion for acceptance by Asbury, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Abstain. And you have the minutes of the organizational work session of January 3rd, 2022. Any corrections to that? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance by Fluharty, second by Janutus? Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. And we have the minutes of the organizational meeting of January 3rd, 2022. Corrections to that? Motion for acceptance by Saunders, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. We have no old business to take care of. And reports, Mr. Malice.
Thank you, Mayor. A few items I just want to touch on very quickly. I appreciate everybody's patience with snow removal and the storm over the holiday weekend. Obviously, as everybody knows, we received a lot, and obviously taking some time to get the roadways cleared. Our guys were working 24 hours through the night, Sunday, Monday. We are slowly getting caught up. I will make one item. Please, as a reminder, anytime the snow exceeds 2 inches, there's an automatic parking ban that goes into place. So please refrain from parking on the street. Makes things very difficult for your fellow drivers, difficult for the plow, and it'll be extremely difficult to unbury that packed snow after the fact. And also any cooperation with the walks as well, that would be appreciated. Just one couple things that came up that also important to pass along. If you have a hydrant on your tree lawn, please uncover that. And also check your home. Go around your home. Make sure your vents are clear. That can cause potential carbon monoxide from coming back in the house when we have this much snow. So please look out for that. I also wanted to share that we did receive notice from the Cleveland Metro Parks, and they'll be putting some stuff out as well online from January 18th to March 17th. They'll be periodically closing portions of the Bedford Reservation for their annual deer calling event, and there'll be the appropriate signage that'll go up when that is taking place. The city did complete over the last couple weeks 2 large grants, both through Cuyahoga County. One was for $150,000, and then the second one was a $50,000 grant. As we've discussed in the fall, and council had previously passed legislation, these grants will go towards the renovations of the pool house. We did have structural engineers out there last year. The shell is actually structurally sound. There's a lot of other portions of it that are failing, obviously the roof, but these funds will go towards those full renovations to that facility. And that facility is the original one, and it was built in 66 or 7, somewhere around there. 4, long time ago. So,
Yeah, watch it there, buddy.
so, sorry. So, I just wanted to obviously thank the leadership at the Parks and Recreation Department, along with Jen in our Economic Development Department, for their time that went into that. They're 2 very cumbersome grants. And lastly, speaking of the Parks and Recreation Department, we did turn over, keep an eye out for an upcoming brochure. We started these about a year and a half ago or so, and unfortunately with COVID and the pandemic, there was a lot of things that we could not do. We are now turning that corner, and we are planning as we get into these winter months in the spring of 2022. So keep an eye out for this brochure. There's a lot of events in here, a lot of activities, a lot of programs from kids, school-age kids, adults, seniors, just a lot of really good creative things to do. Class on how to buy and sell things on eBay. Advertisements on here for summer employment, seasonal employment. So keep a lookout for that. That we're told, should be starting to hit the household by the end of next week or the week after. Again, we don't control the mail, but that's what we're hoping for. So any questions, feel free to give us a call. Other than that, try to stay warm, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Law Director, John.
Thank you. No report, just thanks everybody for coming.
Before I turn it over to Finance Director, I'd like to make an announcement that Council has unanimously agreed that Jen Howland, our Assistant Finance Director, will be promoted to Finance Director officially not till September 5th, 6th, when Frank officially retires, but she will be taking over a lot of those duties ahead of time. Jennifer's been with us for over 4 years. She comes from a strong financial background, mostly down in Florida, and we appreciate her expertise, and we think she'll be an excellent person to follow in Frank's footsteps, which is going to be a tough job, but you've had 4 years to kind of try out those shoes. So just want to congratulate you early that you will get promoted, but I announced it officially to the City Hall staff, so I just want to get it out there in the public that Jennifer will be taking over. Thank you for that. And now, Frank, Finance.
Hey, and congratulations, Jennifer. Job well done. We've operated very smoothly for the last 4 years, and I anticipate that will continue and be excellent for the years to come. In line with that, as Jennifer moves up, we will be looking to fill the position shortly of an Assistant Finance Director. So we will having an overlap where we'll be watching over both positions for a while and make a smooth transition as I leave, so that that department operates continuously how it's been doing for the past 30 years and will continue to do so in the future. So again, if you have the qualifications, they'll be online. We'll have that promoted all over, and look forward to a new replacement for Jennifer, as well as her replacing me. And she'll do a wonderful job for the city. I feel very assured of that. In line with what's going on lately with the COVID and so forth, unfortunately, we're still going to have to continue to have the tax department closed until we see that things are improving in Cuyahoga County and for the benefit of my employees, keeping them safe and continuously working. So we'll follow the same things we did in 2021, where we had online filing. We have the box, the window box of the tax department, so you can stuff your W-2s in an envelope, shoot it through that window. We'll be glad to work on those immediately following day. We do have other means like fax machines online, but we recommend that those two methods mostly, and or actually filing through our lockbox facility for the returns. We will have those same programs for 2021 until we see that things improve. It was very effective and efficient last year, the way we did things, and so I anticipate that things will go very smoothly again this year. That's the end of my report. Again, congratulations, Jennifer, job well done, and moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Janutus.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to congratulate Jennifer also. It's really a blessing to us, and because we've been anticipating Frank leaving for a long time. He's award-winning finance director, and we really count on him entirely because everything comes down to money. So all these decisions have to do with, are these prudent decisions for our taxpayers' money? And we've relied wholly on Frank, and naturally we're very, nervous about him leaving, but thankfully we have Jennifer, and it's just really comforting to know that she's there and she's going to take over from Frank. So congratulations, Jennifer. We could congratulate ourselves because that was a tremendous worry that was off our heads now. So very good. That's the end of the report.
Thank you. Mr. Fluharty.
Thank you. Congratulations, Jennifer, too, for being on board with us. I just want to let everybody know, with this weather being as bad as it is, make sure you check on your neighbors, somebody that's a senior or anybody that make sure everybody on both sides of you or whatever, check on them, make sure everybody needs something, you can help them out. Also, it's nice to know that you're talking about Mike handing out recreation pamphlets already. Well, we're thinking spring since after today, or yesterday. There was something to look forward to for that coming up. And also make sure you clear your sidewalks. I know, he was talking about that earlier, Mike. It really needs to get done. We got too many people that don't do it, I know, and these kids are out in the streets and everybody else, and it's just an accident waiting to happen. And so I just hope everybody helps each other out. And if you got a snow blower, do the sidewalks around your area. If everybody does that, I think we can cover majority of the city. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Asbury.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations, Jennifer. I know we're in good hands as soon as Frank leaves, and you'll do a fine job, so I appreciate that. I'd like to seriously thank the service department for what they went through yesterday and all their plowing Sunday night, Monday. I'm sure they finished up some things today. I had the day off because I couldn't get out of my driveway. So I took a sick day, and I was able to monitor some of the social media from other cities, Maple Heights, Garfield, Northfield, Twinsburg, Macedonia. And from everything that I gathered and pictures and videos that I saw, our guys did a phenomenal job. I don't know if we were the cleanest streets around yesterday, but it kind of sounded like it from all the reports that I was getting from different individuals. So kudos to them. They did a fantastic job. They worked their butts off. Some things that don't help them are cars, of course, parked on the street during a snow ban. Doesn't help anybody. Doesn't help when you pull your car out into the middle of the street and you get stuck in the middle of the street, not just parked on the street, but in the middle of the street, and then leave your car. That doesn't help. After they come by and they plow, you go and shovel or snow blow your snow back into the street. That doesn't help people. Keep your snow either on the tree lawn or up into your yard. Don't blow it into the streets. And let's not forget about your fire hydrants. Was that mentioned? Yeah, we're gonna mention it again. Don't forget about your fire hydrants. If they need to come out and hook up to one of those hydrants and they don't have access to it because there's 3 feet of snow and now it's frozen over, it's not gonna be a good night for somebody. So try and make sure those hydrants are clear. What else? Oh, somebody had sent me a message about COVID tests. I guess there's a website up now. Your government is sending out 4, I don't want to say free because somebody's paying for them, taxpayers are paying for them. But if you go to covidtests.gov, that's covidtests.gov, each household is eligible for 4 free COVID tests. So take advantage if you that's something that you're needing. Other than that, end of report.
Thank you. Mr. Saunders.
Yes, want to thank Jennifer too. Let's hope that she can fill some of the shoes that Frank has. Frank has lived and breathed this city for many years, so that's been, how would you say, in excess for what he was paid for. But if you can even get close to what he was doing, we'll be in good shape. To reiterate on what's been going on, has been mentioned tonight with the snow. 2 big things that are going on, actually there's 3. People who have their driveways plowed need to get rid of the mountains over the sidewalk and get rid of the mountains that they end up leaving in the street. It's bad enough, the snow was so heavy that even our crews couldn't get to the curbs on the streets. Many of the streets have lost widths on each side of over 2 feet. That reduces the width on our narrow residential streets to begin with. We do have an ordinance that if you're not parked within a foot of the curb, you can get a ticket too. So just because it stopped snowing doesn't mean you should be parking on the street either. If you can't see the curb, don't park on the street. We need it open for emergency vehicles. Our rubbish haulers need to be able to get in and out too. So with these narrowed streets, parking on the street is going to make it extremely difficult. But the big thing is the snowplow people, even if you don't shovel your front walk, at least get rid of the mountain you put over the sidewalk, because you can walk through reasonable snow on the sidewalk, but when you put a mountain there, it's kind of hard to climb over it, in which case then the person has to walk in the street. And as was just mentioned, it's a narrower street to begin with, so you become a hazard in the street by walking in it. So please be considerate of your neighbors and residents in the city, and please try to maintain somewhat of an order with this snow. Hopefully it will all melt in the next 3 weeks. It doesn't look like it's going to this week, because we may get another one over the weekend. But we're running out of room to put stuff too. So please don't park on the streets and keep the sidewalks as clean as you possibly can. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike, did Kimball say something about late pickups or picking up tomorrow?
That's what I was.
Did you?
I was just trying to get I forgot that in my report, but that was accurate. Thank you, Mayor. We did put something out on our social media that the trash and recycling collection routes are going to be delayed by 1 day this week. So keep that in mind when placing out your receptacles. It will be a delayed pickup this week.
Okay.
Thank you. Saw me checking that.
No, because when I left to come down here, my recycle bin was still sitting there.
Yeah, I picked up 1.
You picked some of them?
Yeah, they picked 1 out of the 2.
I've
My
seen-
area.
I saw the regular trash barrels had to pick
No,
up.
they picked those up, but they didn't take the recyclables, so those are coming tomorrow, hopefully.
Or are they gonna come around again and check both?
Was that your regular?
Yeah, today was my regular day, so
But our
They
area,
only did one out of the two.
our area didn't.
Yeah.
They're still both cans sitting up.
So I don't know if they had a breakdown or what was the problem.
I know, my daughter lives in Streetsboro, they have Kimball, they were forced to be a day late, so it probably messed up their whole system.
But you can't anyway.
Okay, and, actually, this is our first regular meeting of the year, and so, I want to say happy anniversary, Happy New Year to everyone. Because I was absent on December 20th, and I didn't get a chance to say that, but let's have a healthy and happy New Year, and get things going. Already, we have some plans in the works for this coming year. Some positive plans, some stuff we couldn't do in the past few years because of the economy and COVID and everything else, so we're looking forward to doing some fun things this year. And with that, now I want to mention all our new business tonight will be only on first reading because we need 6 people here to suspend the rule for 3 readings. We can't suspend any rules, so everything will be first reading tonight. So we'll give a brief synopsis and move along. So with that, let's start off with ordinance number 993622.
It's an ordinance declaring the property and structure located at 312 Marion Drive a nuisance and therefore condemning the property due to the fire that occurred there and ordering and directing action to be taken to secure the premises.
I have a motion for first reading by Saunders, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9937-22.
An ordinance approving a community reinvestment area agreement between the City of Bedford and Bartlett LLC and authoring execution of that agreement and declaring an emergency concerning a new business coming into the community.
Thank you. Motion for first reading by Fluharty, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9938-22.
It's an ordinance amending a prior ordinance number 9754-20, establishing pay ranges as, for positions within the city, and amending the same and declaring an emergency.
I have a motion for first reading by Saunders, second by Asbury. Before you call the roll, this is an ordinance just setting minimum salaries for new hires. We just had to bring some of our levels up to the standards of the area. Nobody's getting pay raises out of this or anything, it's just refers to starting salaries. So put that on first reading and call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9939-22.
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a phase two stormwater services agreement with the Cuyahoga County Board of Health for the phase 2 stormwater services program in years 2022 and through 2023, and declaring an emergency.
I have a motion for first reading by Fluharty, second by Janutus. Before we vote, Mike, you want to give a quick synopsis on that one?
This is a agreement that we enter into with Cuyahoga County Board of Health annually. They go over various housekeeping programs, pollution prevention, other good housekeeping programs that they share with us and that they work on annually, and this again is just a regular agreement that we do.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Yes.
Janutus, Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9940-22.
Authorizing the city manager to sign a grant of easement for storm sewer management and declaring an emergency.
Motion for first reading by Saunders, second by Asbury. Again, Mike, a quick synopsis.
We are working on, we are making repairs on an easement that a previous easement that ran through a private property owner's yard. After we made those repairs, the original easement wasn't as accurate as I think it could have been. So our engineer redrafted that easement based on where the storm sewer goes. And what this does is it authorizes myself to enter into an easement agreement with the property owner so we can properly file it through Cuyahoga County, thus it'll be on that deed moving forward.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9941-22.
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Valley Ford to purchase a 2022 Ford Explorer for, I believe, the service department.
Motion for first reading by Janutus, second by Fluharty. I think you explained it, it's to purchase a new car, we'll put that on first reading. Ordinance number 9940, pardon? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Call the roll.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. That's why you're here. Ordinance number 9942-22.
Yes, this is an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Rush Truck Centers for the purchase of a 2023 International Truck cab and chassis to be equipped with salt spreader and plow hitch pursuant to an ODOT invitation and declaring an emergency, and I believe it's to replace a snowplow truck.
Yes, that's to replace a 2000 salt truck.
So we got our money out of the old truck. Call the roll, please. Did I get a,
No,
I didn't get it?
no.
Motion for first reading by Fluharty, second by Janutus. Now call the roll.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. And where are we at? Ordinance number 9943-22.
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Valley Ford to purchase a 2022 Ford F-450 4x4 dump truck with plow to replace a 2002 dump truck in the service department.
A motion for first reading by Asbury, second by Saunders. Mike, again, that's just a truck that's, I believe that's another old truck or.
Correct, I believe that is replacing a
2002 or 3?
2002.
The tire mechanics do a good job of keeping these trucks in service, so that's a long time to have a truck. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. And ordinance number 9944-22.
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with J Auto Group for the purchase of one 2022 GMC Sierra 25, what is it, HD, but where's that, or HDB, but HD, heavy-duty 3/4-ton 4x4 pickup truck for service department as well, which is in need of to replace a 2003 truck.
Okay, a motion for first reading by Janutus, second by Fluharty. And again, that's to replace another old truck. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9945-22.
Authorizing a contract with J Auto Group for the purchase of one 2022 GMC Sierra 25, I think, it's the same one, hang on a second, let me. Oh, there's two of them, okay, this is a two-wheel drive pickup truck, and regular cab to replace a 2005 truck for the efficient operations of the department.
Have a motion for first reading by Asbury, second by Saunders. Again, place on a truck. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Ordinance number 9946-22.
Authorizing a purchase agreement with the Montrose Ford to purchase two 22 Ford Explorers for the police department, which is in need, which need the new vehicles to continue operations.
Motion for first reading by Asbury, second by Saunders. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. And ordinance 9947-22.
It's authorizing a contract with Hall Public Safety to outfit the two police vehicles, the two 22 Ford Explorers, and declaring an emergency.
A motion for first reading by Asbury, second by Saunders. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Oh, we just bought a bunch of vehicles there. Well, we didn't buy them yet, it's first reading. It's first reading. Yes, go
No,
ahead.
I just wanted to add a couple things. All of these vehicles and equipment was, all of this is items that we budgeted for during last year's budget process. What we are seeing though, there were a number of them, if not all of them. From when we received the quote in the fall, roughly October, to where we received the actual quote to place on these ordinances, so 2-3 months later, the majority of them have already increased the pricing on some of them. Now, mind you, there's a couple thousand, but the prices are going up. And the majority of these, except one vehicle, we most likely won't see until November. So that's why we're trying to get these on here and get these moving as quickly as possible.
Thank you. Ordinance number 9948-22.
Authorizing the purchase of, with KTS Equipment, Inc. for the purchase of a one model 3100 towable stump grinder and related equipment and declaring an emergency.
Motion for first reading by Fluharty, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. And ordinance 9949-22.
That was to replace a 1994 stump grinder, just so people know. 994922, an ordinance providing for the adoption of new matter in the codified ordinance of Bedford to approve, adopt, and enact the January 2022 replacement pages to our ordinances, to repeal certain ordinance in conflict therewith, or deemed obsolete, and declaring an emergency, basically to update our codes with the changes that we made over the last couple of months.
Something we do from time to time to keep
Yes.
everything current. Thank you. Call the roll, please. Motion for first reading by Janutus, second by Fluharty. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. And now comes hearing of citizens. If you wish to speak, come forward. Please state your name, your address, and your comment. Seeing none, motion for adjournment. Saunders, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochee.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for listening at home.
Stay warm, stay warm.